This is the Golden Gate, a mile of freezing, violent water. They said crossing it was impossible. In 1920, San Francisco was dying, trapped on a peninsula. To go north, you risked your life on rusted, packed ferries.
The best engineers alive looked at this water and called a bridge suicide. And honestly, they were right.
It acts like a giant funnel. The entire Pacific Ocean crushes through a tiny gap. This creates lethal riptides. He wanted the job. The Navy fought him hard. They feared a bombed bridge would trap their fleet. Then the Great Depression hit. Men were starving in the streets. The city desperately needed jobs. Against all odds, they found the money. In 1933, the ultimate suicide mission finally broke ground.
Building the North Tower was a breeze.
The bedrock was sitting right there on the dry beach.
But the South Tower was a nightmare. To make the math work, they had to build it in the open ocean.
"100 feet down, freezing temperatures. And currents so vicious they could tear a diver's air hose. Just to reach the site, workers had to hammer a fragile wooden pier straight into the Pacific. A lost cargo freighter, blinded by the weather, plowed straight through the pier.
Weeks of labor, gone.
They rebuilt it, but months later, a freak storm hit.
Imagine the toll on these guys. You fight the freezing ocean for months and it just erases your work in an hour.
To build the tower, they needed dry land. So, they decided to build a giant concrete bathtub. They dropped steel guide tubes to the ocean floor.
To flatten the rock 100 feet down, they had to drill and blast.
The currents here are deadly. Divers could only drop down during slack tide, a tiny 20-minute window.
Imagine sinking into pitch-black water, wearing 200 pounds of brass and lead. The clock is ticking. They descended into the gloom, feeling their way blindly along the jagged rock with heavy explosives. Working entirely by touch, they shoved dynamite deep into the bedrock. They pulled the divers up, hit the plunger, and shattered the ocean floor over and over again. Slowly, brutally, they carved a perfectly flat plateau directly into the underwater mountain. With the floor leveled, they lowered the steel skeleton of the bathtub. Then came the pour. Using special funnels, they pumped millions of pounds of concrete to seal the bottom.
Once the plug cured, they threw the pumps into reverse, sucking millions of gallons of seawater out of the tub.
Look at this. I am standing 100 feet below sea level in the Pacific Ocean, and my boots are dry.
Inside this dry pocket, they poured the true foundation. A solid concrete island rising above the waves. The base was finally set. But concrete is just the anchor. To cross a mile of water, they needed custom forged steel.
$83,000 tons of it, hauled thousands of miles through the Panama Canal. Every piece was coated in a bright red lead primer to fight off the vicious saltwater rust. The barges finally arrived at the gate. The brutal underwater war was over.
Next, we build a steel tower taller than a 60-story skyscraper.
By hand. in the fog.
The men are heading into the clouds. Whatever you do, don't look down.
Now, 83,000 tons of red steel had to climb into the clouds.
These towers aren't solid blocks of metal. They are built entirely out of hollow steel cells.
A solid tower would snap in an earthquake. This honeycomb design lets it physically bend and twist without breaking.
You invent a machine that climbs the building, the creeper crane.
It hauled massive steel sections straight up from the rocking barges below.
When the crane finished a section, heavy hydraulic jacks pushed the entire rig higher up the tower. It takes the rivet gangs to lock it together forever.
He throws the glowing molten iron directly across the open void, right through the freezing wind. The catcher snatches the lethal hot metal out of the air, using nothing but a tin cup. They smash the hot iron with a pneumatic gun. As it cools, it shrinks, pulling the steel tight.
I am standing on an 8-inch beam, 500 feet up. No safety nets, no harnesses. One slip and you are gone.
These men were doing the highest stakes physical labor on Earth.
The biggest enemy wasn't the height, it was the wind. They had to wrestle massive steel plates into place, while the Pacific gales fought them every single inch. But they weren't just building a functional support column. They were building an architectural masterpiece.
Subscribe my channel, NEXTGEN Manufacturing. Hit the bell for new mega projects. Thank you. Bye-bye.